Did you know that preparing for a fall is your best prevention? And how do you do that? Well, we'll talk about that. I'm also going to show you the best way to get down to the floor and back up again so that you can practice. But before we get started, make sure to look down below and subscribe to my channel, and then afterwards like and comment. So preparing for a fall, how do you do that? Well, the best way is to get stronger now. So if you can strengthen the upper body, you're gonna be able to push yourself off the floor if and when that time comes. Also, you've got to have strong legs, strong knees, and you've got to be able to have the flexibility in the ankles and the feet to prevent the tripping. But there are other things as well as your strength that you can do now. So the first thing you could do is to make an arrangement with a neighbor. So let's say, for example, every morning your deal is that you open up your blinds and turn off your outside light, and your neighbor does the same. That way, without saying a word, you're checking in on each other. You're making sure the other's okay. Along those same lines, have a check-in friend. Maybe it's a family member or a friend, but it's somebody every day you just check in with just to make sure they're okay. There is someone near you that should have a key, and whether that's family or a neighbor, should they need to come check on you, somebody needs to be able to get in. But now I'm going to show you how to get down to the floor and back up safely. And so we're going to pretend two scenarios. Hopefully there's something there I can crawl towards, but maybe there's not. So getting down to the floor, and we need to practice this all the time. Find something sturdy, put your strongest leg in front, and yes, these look familiar because we do them in class. This is our lunge. So you're going to bend that back knee as you bend the front knee. Don't just bend the front knee, all the weight's going right there. You've got to have this hip flexibility so you can bend that back knee too. Now you're going to help yourself down. Once you set down that back knee, you can put your hand down to the floor and then work your way to all fours. Now I know this is not comfortable for your knees. I hear it all the time. And I've got a workaround for when you get really strong, you can avoid the knees. But this is how we get down. Go to one hip, and from there we turn over onto our bottom and we can lay on down. So now let's say, pretend that we've fallen. Before you jump up because you're embarrassed that you just fell, you have got to, one, assess the situation. Am I bleeding? Is anything out of place that shouldn't be there? All right, if I am pain-free and okay, if not, I need to yell, right? But if I need to get up at this point, then the first thing I want to do is roll to my side. And I want you to roll to the side where your stronger arm is on top. Okay, you're going to need this strong arm. You're going to stretch out the top leg, and using your foot of stability and this upper body strength that we've worked in class, we push ourselves up until we can get the other hand underneath us. Now we're up to one hip. Again, before you go any further, just take a moment, take some deep breaths. You might be feeling dizzy at this point. All right, so from here, I've got to get to all fours onto my knees. So I use these strong wrists and shoulders that we've been working on, and we move to all fours. At this point, I have to crawl to a stable object, all right? If something's nearby, awesome, that helps me out. In my scenario, it is. I'm gonna put my arm on the chair for stability, and I've gotta get my stronger leg in front. All right, once I've got my stronger leg in front, I need you to do two things. Flip under the back toe, that's gonna help you up. And then all the weight should go into this front heel, okay? It is not everything in that back toe. Now, here comes your glute strength that we worked in class. You're going to push through the front heel and squeeze your bottom and use your arm for support and press yourself up until you can get yourself into the chair. And again, assess. Don't just jump up. You might get dizzy, fall back down, and really injure yourself. So that's how we do it. At this point, we try to get ourselves to a telephone, call for help, or just hang out here for a while. Now, for my advanced peeps, I know you're asking, well, it hurts my knees, what can I do? Well, if you are as strong as I've gotten you in class, here's what you can do. We're down on one hip, okay? From here, we go to down dog. Ooh, we do down dog in class. So I need you to spread your fingertips wide so that you're not putting all your weight on fingertips. That's just gonna injure something. But if I can flip over, flip under my toes, I can come off my knees, whether it's a pretty down dog in class or something in between. All right, watch this. I'm gonna put my one foot in front and I go here. What does this look like? This is our plie squat. And I use my hands and I push myself back up. So if you're looking at this and you're like, there's no way my hip's gonna do that. Yeah, if you keep working on it in class, you're gonna get more flexible and be able to do that. Hope that's helped. Comments below.